Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy GG, aka Gert Gaming, and today we are going to be going over my solar PvE hunter build. To start off, we are rocking the Blade Barrage. It's personal choice. I personally think the Blade Barrage is the coolest, and it's the one I've always gravitated to. We are rocking Acrobat's Dodge. We are dodging to perform a leap. Upon landing, you make yourself and nearby allies radiant. We have Triple Jump. That's personal preference, but in PvE, usually you want to have Triple Jump. We have Knife Trick, so we throw a fan of flaming knives that scorch targets on hit. And we have that also applies Scorch, which can lead to ignitions. And we are rocking the Solar Grenade, also Scorch and ignitions. For our first of the two aspects, my dog's being crazy. We have On Your Mark, so Precision Final Blows grant you and nearby allies increased weapon handling and reload, stacks up to 3 times. Activating class ability immediately grants maximum stacks of that. And then we have Knock 'em Down. Our Solar Supers are enhanced. Deadshot and Golden Gun has damage resistance. Marksman Golden Gun has increased duration, and Blade Barrage launches more projectiles. While Radiant Final Blows with your equipped throwing knife fully refund melee energy. Now, between these two aspects, that gives us 5 fragment slots, which is kind of crazy. We have Ember of Singeing. Our class ability recharges faster when we scorch targets. Our solar super projectiles have stronger acquisition. This is Ember of Beams. That was Singeing. We get plus 10 intellect from that. We have Ember of Blistering. Defeating targets with solar ignitions grants grenade energy. We have Ember of Ashes. You apply more scorch stacks onto targets. And we have Ember of Soulless Radiant and Restoration effects applied to you have increased duration. Now we got the subclass of the way. We'll do the exotic first, just because it goes with Blade Barrage. We're rocking Shards of Galanor. Really good looking exotic, and it's really the only one that, besides like Star Eater, does anything to shards, and Star Eater just buffs the damage. But hits and kills with Blade Barrage will return super energy after the super ends. I think you can get like just under half of it back. They nerfed it. You used to be able to get like the whole thing back, but they nerfed it, and they nerfed the amount you get back. But it also, I believe, produces orbs of power with multi-kills. So on the arms, we're rocking a mobility mod because we are on Hunter, which we'll switch it out because we're still at 50 mobility, and we got to 100 resilience, so always want to go as close to 100 or at 100 if you can. We have Unstoppable Hand Cannon and Anti-Barrier Pulse, just because we're going to be taking it into a Legend Lost sector to show its effectiveness, so you have to be able to deal with champions, which for solo high-end content, Legend and Master Lost sectors are like, you know, besides a dungeon, like the hardest thing that you can do, and, you know, I've never beat a dungeon solo, so that's why I stick to Lost sectors. And then in the final slot, we have Elemental Ordnance. Go to our helmet. We have a Resilience mod, an Ashes to assets, a Bow ammo finder for heavy because I'm running Leviathan's Breath because it's a Void Burn Lost sector. It's on the moon. And Well of Ordnance, picking up a solar elemental well grants you additional grenade energy, and multiple copies of this mod increase its effect. Come down to the chest, and we have a Resilience mod, Energy Diffusion Substrate mod, Concussive Dampener mod, and Font of Might, which picking up an elemental while that matches our subclass will grant a temporary bonus to weapon damage of that same type. Earlier I was running this with Ariana's Vow, that's why I had it, and I hadn't switched it off, but I've already ran this Legend Lost sector with this build, and it doesn't hurt me or weaken me to have it on there. Typically, if you run a well-focused build, you want to run a weapon of the same subclass so that that weapon will get increased damage, and Ariana's Vow hits really hard, and it deals with anti-barrier, but for this one, the shields are arc, so I decided to go with my Posterity, because it can also handle unstops. Then we go to our legs. We have a resilience mod, hand cannon, holster, a mobility mod, and elemental armaments. This just means that weapon final blows against combatants with a damage type that matches your super has a chance to generate a well. And then we come to our binary or our cloak. We have a minor resilience mod. That one I was actually running from something for my arc build, so we'll throw utility kickstart on there. We have solo operative, so while we are the only member of our fire team, we deal increased damage. And utility kickstart from just before, when your class ability energy is fully expended, you gain it back, so when we dodge. And then we have elemental time dilation to make benefits from picking up wells, like Font of Might or the one on our helmet, last longer. And then I've got, like I said, Leviathan's Breath for my heavy, because it's Void Burn, Posterity with Reconstruction and Rampage for the arc shields, and my Smite of Moraine that I'm trying to level up just to deal with anti-barrier. So that is the build, and now we are going to go to the moon and go up here to the K1 Revelation Lost Sector. Has anti-barrier and unstoppable, Void Burn, arc shields, and Fire Pit is the modifier, so they are lobbing hella solar grenades. But we're going to run in here. Like I said, I already did a test run to make sure everything was capable. Ever since I put out that solar warlock grenade build, I've been kind of second guessing myself, so I like to go in and make sure that everything will work the way I want it to. And I've been thinking about going back and making a different solar grenade build with was a Variety's Brow, that hive looking helmet. And I've thought about going back and maybe trying that on there. It's roughly the same setup and see how that handles itself. But that would be something I would probably do after Lightfall, just because, like I said, I want to get all these videos out for you guys so that you have at least, you know, one build for each subclass on each character besides Strand or besides what you normally run to kind of, you know, check out and use. I am using the Shards of Galanor exotic right now. That's awesome. Come in here. See, look at that immediate nice back. Didn't get immediate knives that time, but it's okay. We survived, and that's what counts. Oh, you're all gonna run away, huh? Shot about to get finished. Yeah. The Leviathan's Breath hits really hard for all the right reasons, in my opinion. It's like a night trigger. Oh my god. The first one didn't die immediately. I didn't expect that one to. And this Lost Sector, of all the ones that I test out, I think has a pretty high concentration of adds to champion ratio. So I do kind of take my time on this one. We've been getting about 10-minute clears. And some of my other ones we've gotten like, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. So this one I think is more just because of the amount of ads in the Lost sector, especially in combination with fire pits. Like, they just lob solar grenades from across the map sometimes. And of course there's the knight above me. He's got to be involved. Ooh, kill him. Hey, get the bounties done. Trying to bounty prep for Lightfall as well. My Titan has a pretty good amount on him, and I've started working on the Warlock and the Hunter. So much heavy armor. Oh, hello. Hand cannon? Come on now. I hate that, dude. Like, if you start shooting before it can envelop it, like, if I'm aiming in the whole time, it should, just kind of happen. Oh, come on, die, thank you. Run up here, grab that, thank you. Oh, come on. Oh my. Posterity hits super hard. Leviathan Prep also hits super hard. You come in here, you get your score up a little bit. I don't know what score is actually tied to what you get. My RNG is just always garbage. Doing, the first time get something, or do them 10 times and get nothing. Just out here juking the snipers. And what do we got? An enhancement core. Solid. Oh. Well. What are you gonna do? But yeah, guys. So that's the build. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think, if you plan on using anything like it or out of it, or if you have your own solar build that you want to share with me or share with anybody else. But as always, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you